couple of the newer buildings of Philadelphia on Market Street, and what a great job they've done. And 11th and Market put up a couple brand new buildings. The sub-basement is really, really deep for these buildings, but just adding to the tax base of Philadelphia. It took them about a year to finish these buildings, and they did the construction of both of these buildings at the same time. So it was really a great job. But they first worked on the one that was a more white building. They finished that, and then they finished off the other building too. And there's a way, like a space in between both buildings that allow for people to walk around. Really a great job they've done. Building from a different angle, very close to the entryway of the building. Just a beautiful building, and you can see the central area that's going to be more geared toward people, and it's behind the entryway for the subway, but it's there. And then here is the other building, and what you can see is the neon signs. You know, even though those neon signs are there, they're probably going to wrap around the entire front part of the building. You can see space for places to attach more of the signage. I just think they're holding off putting it up because they want to completely finish the building and then put up the signage, or they might change their mind in the construction of this and realize that it might not be that great to have so much signage up. A lot of times when people develop buildings, it's not a science. They try to figure out what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. And you can see here also space for extra signage in the wall. And you can see those notches there are not just notches for architectural purposes, but in order to put up signs. So here we'll take a closer look at the building. And as I mentioned before, these are newer buildings, so people are really anxious to see these buildings be successful. And my guess is there's a whole block of space that's right near these buildings that will be next online for development. You can see they've closed down a few of the stores over here, but it just makes sense that they're going to develop this next when they can, because developers don't like to throw all their money into 2 or 3 projects at the same time. They like to have one project done and bring in revenue, then start another project. And it takes a lot of time to organize everything also. And that's where they're gonna have it. Like right next to Marshall's is a store that's closed down, and there are other places that are closed down. So you can see they're lining things up for potentially creating a much larger development there. It's just a matter of time, I think. The only holdouts will be a CVS and a Marshall's and a technology store for software.